Hello and welcome to part 3 of installation and configurations of DirectAccess. My name is Brian with Econo-PC Solutions. So as a recap, we've done already part 1, configuration of Active Directory and NLS server, as well as part 2, installation and configuration of DirectAccess. In this part, we are going to go into our workstation and join it to the domain and testing DirectAccess functionality. I have two virtual machines. One is a Windows 10 machine, and the second one is a Windows 7. In this situation, my servers are actually remote locations, so I will be creating a VPN connection between my server and my workstations. So let's go ahead and begin. So we're going to go ahead and begin by going into our Active Directory server, and I'm actually going to install the VPN server on my Active Directory server. So to do this, I'm going to go to Manage, Add Roles and Features. I'm going to click Next, 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 and I'm going to click on Remote Access. And I'll click Next. And we'll leave the features as default. Next. And I'm going to do DirectAccess and VPN. And I'm going to accept these features. And I will click Next. And Next. And I'll leave these features as default and click Next. And install. Okay, and our installation has been completed. So as you see, we have this option here for open the Getting Started Wizards. We're going to go ahead and click on this. So we're going to go to the warnings, click on the Getting Started. And for here, we're going to just do deploy VPN only. So we're going to click on OK. I'm going to click on this. And we're going to right-click on our server, configure and enable routing and remote access. We're going to click on Next. And we're going to click on Custom Configuration. Click Next. We're going to select VPN access, click Next, and we're going to click Finish. So you may get this option, this notice, and if you do, it's fine. We just have to manually enable the rules in the Windows Firewall service. So we're going to have to do that. So we'll go ahead and click OK. And it's getting ready to start the services. And we're just going to go ahead and click this option to start the services. Okay, and the services have started now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to click Start, PowerShell, and we're going to do wf.msc. And we're going to go to Inbound Rules. We're going to scroll down to our routing and remote access, and we're going to go ahead and enable these. And we're also going to do it the same thing in the outbound rules. And that's basically it. So now what we'll do is we're going to come in and we're going to click on this folder, Remote Access Logging and Policies. We're going to right click, do Launch NPS, and we're going to go to Network Policies. And these two items we're going to enable. So what we'll do is we're just going to double click the first one, And we're going to select Grant Access. Apply. Okay. And we'll do the same with the second one. Grant Access. Apply. Okay. Now that's done. We're going to close it. We can close this out. The next step is we're going to right-click on our server. We're going to go to Properties. And from here, we're going to go to Security. Allow custom IPsec policy for L2TP IC version 2 connection. So we'll check this. And let's give this a pre-shared key. You can use anything you want, anything that can be secured. But in this example, I'm just going to do password with a 0. And then we're also going to click on IPv4. If you have a DHCP server, you can leave this as is. If you don't have a DHCP, or you would like to just statically assign an IP address pool, we'll go ahead and you can do that too. In this situation, I'm going to go ahead and do this since I don't have a DHCP server here. So we're going to just put in some random IP addresses. And then from here, we're just going to go ahead and click OK. Apply. And when you see this, once you assign a pre-share key, it's going to tell you need to restart the routing remote access service. So we are going to go ahead and do that. So let's click OK. OK. And then we're going to right-click on our server, all tasks, and restart. And it will just take them a few seconds for the services to restart. And our services are restarted. So that takes care of our VPN server. The next step is to update the registry for the VPN. So we're going to click Start. We're going to type in regedit. And then from here, we're going to go to HKey local machine. We're going to go to System, Current Control Set, Services, and just to get there quickly, we're going to type in the letter P, and then we're going to go to Policy Agent. And then from here, we're going to right-click in here, New, DWord, and you're going to need to type this exactly as it's shown here. We're going to do, in any capitalized letters here, you have to do it on your end too. So from here, we're going to do assume UDP encapsulation context on send rule. So that would be the capital A UDP E COSR. Those will be your capital letters. So we're just going to go ahead and press enter. And now we're going to change the value of this value. We're going to change the value of this name. So we'll go in here and we'll change the value to 2. And then we're going to click OK. And that takes care of the registry. So then we're going to go ahead and close that out. We're going to click on Start. Oh, I have a PowerShell open, sorry. So now we're just going to go ahead and type in MMC. We're going to go to Add Remove Snap-in. And then we're just going to hit the letter I. And we're going to do IP security policy. And we're going to use the local computer. and then click OK. Now we're just going to right-click in this empty area, create IP security policy. We're going to hit next. We're just going to name this server since this is going to be on the server. Click next. And then we're going to check this checkbox for activate the default response rule. And then click next. And then we'll use this string to protect the key exchange, which was our pre-shared key. And this is that password you're going to use when you created it on your VPN role. So we're just going to do the password. Click next. And we can just remove the checkbox next to edit properties and click finish. Now we're just going to go ahead and right-click that and click assign. Now you will need to restart your computer. So we're going to X out, and then we don't need to save this. So I'm going to restart my server, and I'll be back as soon as it's finished. All right, and our server is now back up. So that actually completes the VPN server services. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go into our virtual machine for our Windows 7. So here I am on my Windows 7 virtual machine, and we're going to go ahead and begin. As you can see, I already have the DirectAccess software installed, and as you can see, it shows up here as corporate connectivity is not working. Well, we're going to see if we can get that to work. And as I mentioned, you will need the DirectAccess Connectivity Assistant. That is going to be on my description page on both parts 2 and 3. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to go to Start, Control Panel, and then from here we're going to go to Network and Sharing Center. And then we're going to go to change adapters. We're going to go to connect to a network. Set up. Set up a network connection. We're going to do connect it to a workplace. Click next. Use my internet connection, VPN. And we're going to type in the IP address of that server that we used for the VPN connection. So we're going to do this one. And you can give it a name if you'd like. Also, ensure that you check, and then if you want to use the VPN connection to connect before you log in Windows, you can select this one, allow other people to use this connection. And for now, we're going to do don't connect now, just set it up so I can connect later. And then click next. Here you'll create your username. So I'm going to put in my domain / username. And then the password. Create, and then click create and close. So that will create your VPN connection. This next step we're going to do is we're going to do start, and here we're also going to go into the registry, and we're going to do the exact same thing as we did in the server. So we're going to go to HKey local machine, system, current control set, services, and we're going to do P and move to policy agent. We're going to right click, new, D word, and you're going to use the exact same key as you did in the server. So assume UDP encapsulation context on send rule. And then we're also going to change this to value to a 2. and then close out. And we're going to hit start, MMC, file, add snap in, and we're going to do the IP security again, local machine, okay. And then we're going to right click, create IP security policy, click next, and this is actually a client computer, so I'm just going to type in client. And then we're going to put a check mark here. Pre-shared key, we're going to use that same password that we used. And click next. Remove that check mark. And click finish. And now we're going to right click on our policy and assign. And close out. Now, you will need to restart the computer. So while this is restarting, I'm also going to do this on the Windows 10 computer. So I'm on the Windows 10 computer. And from here, we're just going to go ahead and click on Start, Reg Edit. Go to Local Machine, System, Current Control Set, Services, and we're going to go to Policy Agent. Right click, New, DWORD, Assume UDP Encapsulation Context on Send Rule. And we'll change that value to a 2. Close this out. And we're going to type in MMC, File, Add Remove Snap-in, and we're going to do our IP security policy, local computer, finish, and OK. Then we're just going to go ahead and click here, right click in an empty spot, create IP security, and here we're also going to do client, put a check mark inside the box, next, and we're going to also put in our password here. And we're going to click finish, right click, assign, and I'm going to reboot. So back onto our Windows 7 machine. Now we're ready to configure the VPN connection. So we're going to click on Start, Control Panel, Network and Sharing Center, and we're going to do Change Adapter Settings. And we're going to right-click on our VPN connection and click Properties. Here we're going to go to Security, and type of VPN, we're going to change that from automatic to L2TP IPsec. Click Advanced Settings, and we're going to put in the same password. And click OK. Networking. I do recommend putting your DNS server on here for your server. This way, it gives you a better connection. And click Advanced, and remove the checkbox. Remove this check mark inside the box for Use Default Gateway on Remote Network. If you leave that checked, you're going to have some network issues. Then we're going to click OK. OK. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to right-click on our local area network connection, click Properties, and we're going to go to our IPv4, change the DNS, and we're also going to use our DNS server, 209.1.9. And click OK. OK. And now we're ready for the test. So we're going to go ahead and right-click on our VPN connection, and we're going to click Connect and enter the password. And this is the password to your server. And then click Connect. And as you can see, I am actually connected to my network. I have a connection. So the way I can tell that I'm actually connected to my network is I will click on Start, Computer, right-click Computer, Properties, change Settings. And I'm going to change this and go to Domain. And I have access because I can enter my username and password, so I will do that. And click OK. And I'm saying welcome to the domain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my domain controller, go to Tools, Active Directory Users and Computers. Then I'm going to go to Computers, and as you can see, a Windows 7 test computer is up. So I'm going to drag this into my client's computer. Click Yes. We're going to go Users, Clients, Add. I'm going to change all these. And I'm going to make sure I put my Windows 7 test here. Click Apply. And then we'll go back in here. And this computer is now ready for a reboot. So I'm going to go ahead and restart this Windows 7. In the meantime, I'm going to come here, go to my Windows 10. And I'm actually going to do the exact same thing here. So I'm going to go to Control Panel, Network and Sharing Center. I'm going to set up a new connection. And I'm going to say connect to a workplace. Use my internet connection VPN. And I will type in the IP address to my server. And then also I'm going to do allow other people to use this connection. And then create. Now we're going to go to change adapter settings. And we're going to right click on our VPN connection. Go to Security, L2TP IPsec, Advanced Settings, and we're going to use Pre-Shared Key, and click OK. And also make sure you do allow these protocols and ensure chat version 2 is selected. So we're going to go to Networking. Go to IPv4 settings, and we're going to put in our DNS server, advanced, and remove that check. Okay. Okay. Go to sharing, click OK. And then we'll do the same thing here. Go to our network connection, IPv4, and we'll change this to our DNS server. Click OK. OK, and close. So now we're going to go to our File Explorer, right-click on this PC, click Properties, change Settings, change, and we're going to put in our domain. And as you see now, it says Welcome to the domain. So let's go back to our domain controller and Active Directory users and computers. And as you see now, I got my Windows 10 test. So we're going to bring that to clients. And then we're going to go to clients, members, and we're going to add the Windows 10. Click OK. Apply. OK. And now my Windows 10 computer is ready for reboot. And this does take a moment to go through. So in the meantime, I'm going to check on my Windows 7. And so we're going to go ahead and click on Control-Alt-Delete, switch users. And because since this computer is remote, I don't have full access to the network. So rather than doing other users, we're going to go down here, click on this network login, and this will connect to our VPN. So we're going to put in our login. And this will connect to our VPN and then also connect to our domain login. So let's go back here to Windows 10 and we're going to reboot. And while that's running, I'm going to go back to my Windows 7. And this will take a moment for it because it's also caching the login, so that way we don't have to use the VPN for the second time to log in. Okay, now it's successfully connected to the network, and now it's actually preparing my desktop. And so now I'm on my desktop. And as you can see, it's still showing as my DirectAccess is not working. And the way I can, and so you could tell I'm on my network because I actually have access to my share drive. So let's check on the reason of why we're not able to connect to DirectAccess. So we're going to click on Start, go to PowerShell. Oh, wait, one sec. PowerShell, right-click, go to Run as Administrator. We're going to do GP update, or GP result -R. And let's just let this load for a moment. And as you can see, it is not a part of my DirectAccess client as of yet. so we're going to do gp update / force. And then keep it. And then as you can see now, it has actually started to work. Corporate connectivity is working. Right after I have put myself into the GP update. So now let's do GP result -R and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to restart this PowerShell session. Let's do GP result -R. Let's just verify that we are still connected to the VPN currently. And it does show we are. So let's go ahead. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do a restart. And while that's running, I'm going to my Windows 10. For some reason, it's still processing. Okay, we're going to do Control-Alt-Delete. Then we're just going to do Other User. And log in. All right, and so I have accessed the network, and as you can see, I'm still connected to my DirectAccess, but look, I am not connected to my VPN. So as a test, we're going to do PowerShell. We're going to come in here and do ping. Let's do DirectAccess 01.econopcsolutions.com. The reason why it looks like it's working and it's showing up as a IPv4 is because of the fact that I still have my DNS IPs. So we're going to clear that out, because what it's supposed to do is, now if we do direct ping it, if everything's worked fine, let's go back into PowerShell. Let's connect to the VPN again. Okay. And connect it to the network. So I'm just going to let this sit and wait. Okay, so let's take a look now. And as you can see, my computer is still not showing it's on the security policy. That's fine. It does take a moment for it to work. So let's do another GP update / force. And I am connected on the VPN. Okay, and we're going to do another reboot. Alright, so I did another reboot on my computer. As you can see, still having some issues. So let's go back into PowerShell. Run as administrator. Okay. So let's go ahead and try adding that DNS server back on here. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and go to, and as you see now it reconnected. So let's do PowerShell again. GP update / force. Okay, and now everything's completed successfully. So let's do GP result -R. When it comes to Windows 7, there is a possibility you will need to do a few restarts to get it to work properly. The other thing you need to look for, while this is running, let's do MMC. We're going to go to File, Add Remove Snap-in, and let's do Certificates, Computer Account, Local Computer. So from here, we're going to go to Personal. Let's see here. And as you see, I still don't have access to the search. So I'm going to go to Request New Certificate. Next. Next. And then you see it has the DirectAccess IPsec. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Enroll. As you see, I manually did it. Close. GP update / force. And let's try it one more time. Alright, so this is still loading. Should be just about finished. As I did mention, with Windows 7, there is possibilities you would need to GP update / force multiple times, as well as multiple reboots for it to fully come in. And depending on your network speeds between your remote location, if you're away from your server, depending on the distance and network speeds, it can take a little time for it to load your results. And it's still loading. Now it's loading the user side. But for the computer side, as you can see, it still does not have the DirectAccess clients. But it has the DirectAccess, the group policy features on it now. So let's go ahead and do a reboot. Okay, so my computer has now rebooted. And so I'm going to go in, back to PowerShell, run as administrator, GP update / force. And we're going to let this run for a moment. Okay, so group policy update has completed. So now we're going to go ahead and do GP result again. And now it shows DirectAccess clients. So now my computer has joined the clients. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go in to our Network and Sharing Center, and we're going to go ahead and remove the DNS server from the connection, and we're going to just do a log off. Go to do a Control-Alt-Delete, and we're going to go Other User. So in total, we've done 5 group policy updates, as well as 5 reboots, just for it to get into the proper settings. And as you can see, I am no longer connected to the network, and my group and also my DirectAccess is connected. So as a test, we're going to go to back to PowerShell, and we'll do a ping DirectAccess 01.econo-PCsolutions.com. Ping AD. So let's go ahead and go into our group policy, our DirectAccess server. Something's not right. Let's do a restart. Bullshit, it's not working. Alright, so I've gone ahead and just done another reboot, and looks like we're still, it looks like now we're all good. So let's just do a CMD ping DirectAccess 01.econo-PCsolutions.com. And now, as you can see, it is pinging the IPv6 address. So now you can see it's working. I am not connected to VPN. As you can see, I do not have the DNS server on my network adapter. And let's just show you. It is straight up connected directly to the DirectAccess. And I have full access to my shared drive. And that completes Windows 7. So now let's move on to our Windows 10 computer. So the Windows 10 computer was just now joined to the domain. So what I'm going to do at first is the same thing. We're going to begin with the same step. We're going to go into our VPN. And it's going to take a moment for it to cache. And as you can see, it's just preparing everything now. All right, so now I am connected to my account. This is connecting through the VPN, of course. And currently I have access to here through my VPN connection. So what I need to do at first is let's go to PowerShell. And we're going to go ahead and perform the GP update on this end. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and do GP result -R. Now, when it comes to Windows 10, the one thing we do not show is the DirectAccess icon. So in order for us to tell if the computer is connected, we're going to go to Start, Settings, Network and Internet, and as you see, we have DirectAccess. And as you can see right now, it says it's connected to the network locally or through VPN. So in this situation, DirectAccess is not connected. So let's go back into our PowerShell. Okay, and now as you can see that the new policies have come in. But as you can see, we still do not have access to the policy for the DirectAccess clients or security group. So let's go ahead and do a reboot. So let's come in here first, and we're going to do the same thing how we did with the other one. Windows 7, we're going to go to Control Panel, Network and Sharing Center. And actually, I do believe I've done this already. Yes, I did. So we're going to go and let's do reboot number 1. Okay, so my computer has actually rebooted. So it's just loading the login screen now. Alright, so it's at the login screen. So now I'm just going to go back in here, and we're going to do another VPN login. So it's logged in now. So let's go ahead and confirm all network connections. And I am connected to my VPN, and I have access to the shared drive. So let's go ahead and do PowerShell. Run as administrator. GP update /force. Okay. GP result -R. As you can see, it's still not connecting to my security group. So now we're going to go cert lm.msc. And as you can see, I have a Win10 test certificate for my DirectAccess IPsec. So that does tell you that something did pop up. So we're going to do another GP result. GP update /force. GP result -R. Alright, so it has completed that GP update, and it still is not showing the DirectAccess client. So let's go ahead and do another reboot. Okay, so my computer has rebooted. So I'm going to go back in and do another VPN connection. Okay, and I'm going to go back into PowerShell. Okay, GP update /force. So now my policies have updated completely. So let's do GP result -R. And as you can see, now it shows I have my DirectAccess clients. So now I'm on the security group for the DirectAccess client. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go back to my control panel. And we're going to do Network and Sharing Center, change adapter settings. And from here, I'm going to remove my DNS server. And now we're going to do a log off, or reboot, sorry. Okay. And my server has rebooted, or the computer has rebooted. And now I'm going to just log in just as is, no VPN connection. All right, so my computer is on the desktop. Now if I go to Start, Settings, Network and Internet, to show you, see my VPN is not connected. And if I go to DirectAccess, it's connecting. So if I go to my server, I see I got one active connection now. And that is showing you it is connecting to the network. And that's all it is. And you have now been successfully, and now look at this. Now I'm actually connected to the network, DirectAccess. And so that's all it is for that. Even though it does take several reboots and several times of doing GP updates, but for it just to synchronize. But once it's done, it's done. So then if I go ping DirectAccess 01.econopcsolutions.com, as you see, it's pinging the IPv6 address. Ping ad.econopcsolutions.com, and it still pings the IPv6 version. And that's all it is. I thank you very much for watching my videos. That was all 3 parts. And if you like what you saw, please hit the subscribe button. And next up, we'll be working with SCCM, System Center Configuration Manager, the new version 2016. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.